Hey guys, it's Viewmasters Reactions, and we're back with Campaign 2, Episode 20, Part 1. This one, Labenda awaits. And it's not much of a spoiler because at the very end, the last thing Matt said was, we're off, on our way to Labenda Swamp. I'm willing to bet we're going to get there pretty damn fast, otherwise the title would have spoiled a whole lot. I thought Labenda might have been the name of somebody. It still can be the name of somebody. Maybe that's what the swamp is named after. It's got to have the name for a reason. Is that just the location? Is that the name? Is it like a witch? And like some witch runs the swamp? We're going to run into some kind of foes or something. We're going to a swamp. We're on a mission for the gentleman. I'm assuming any minute now. Being as we've had somewhat of a calm episode, and by calm, yeah, we fought ogres and goblins and wolves, oh my. But it was resolved fairly easily, even though there were a lot of foes. There was 2 ogres, Emmett, and I said Ganache last time and I was wrong. I think it's Gano. Either way, Emmett and Gano are dead. They're dead. There was a couple wolves, a couple goblins, not faked like she was with them, and then turned on them and missed. And it worked out in the end, where none of us even went unconscious. Caleb and Not played a little trick, and Caleb went down even though he wasn't hit. I love the antics. It's great times. And we end up conquering them. During the battle, Yasha sprouted giant skeleton wings. We talked a lot about it in Talks Machina because there was questions asked dealing with it. Yasha wasn't there, aka Ashley Johnson. Matt Mercer gave his insight, and he's the DM, so he knows just as much, if not more, than Ashley. Obviously, he knows more than Ashley. We're told that she could have done that at any time, which means I feel like she only did it now because it was revealed in Talks Machina. The episode before, she kind of leaked that she was angel blood, fallen angel, whatever you want to call it, and I don't think it's a coincidence. I feel like she's like, might as well show it now. The way I look at it is you'd rather do it before everyone knows, because if it's leaked, now people are going to start finding out. You're better off just doing it in the episode so you save a few from being spoiled. Not that I even was spoiled, because I saw the Talks Machina and I didn't know what the hell was going on. And then you guys had to tell me in the live stream. And honestly, it still really didn't spoil anything, because I'm like, okay, we got goblins, we got orcs, we got a fallen angel. I keep hearing both ways. Some people said she's a fallen angel. Some people say she has angel blood, but it's not quite a fallen angel. She obviously looks the way she does. She looks like she's undead. I've said it before, like she was a zombie or something. I came up with theories in the live stream that it's somehow related to Molly, and that's why they're good friends. And the gentleman with his blood and his vials, and Cree knowing Molly before he was Molly, all probably adds up to something. Not came clean about her backstory. How she ate baby goulash, a piece. She said she ate a small piece of a baby because she didn't know they made baby goulash. Thought it was stew and ate it and was like, oh, there's baby in that. I was told in the live stream by some people that it's never really gone back to or confirmed whether or not it happened. Some people said they believe that it was more so a joke than real, but I believe Not is being honest with Caleb. I believe Not's like, yep, I'm just going to let you know this because you just came to me and were like, yo, you need to talk to anything, and now I feel bad that I lied. But Not didn't really lie because Not is saying, I ate baby, but I didn't know I ate baby. It's hilarious. We're jumping in. You guys want to be way ahead? Full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons that are what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The links at the end. Dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube. I just don't have time to edit it all. Doctor Who, Person of Interest. This has its own hour Patreon exclusive. Go check it out. If not, here we go. Campaign 2, Episode 20, Labenda awaits. Labenda awaits. Guys, I think I perfected the lighting,
welcome
unless
back.
I just got really lucky.
I forgot one quick thing in the announcements, so I'm going to get you guys up to speed with that. We've partnered with our friends at Stack Up, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping veterans and those in active duty. So Stack Up will be giving away specific Critical Role challenge coins, as well as special prints by our fantastic critter artist, Amy King. So if you want to be part of this fantastic endeavor and see how to acquire your special challenge coin and our print, also go to critical.com for all the information.
I don't want to say that as a joke. And then
make sure I got that in there for you guys too. And thank you guys to Stack Up for working with us on this.
Sounds great.
All right,
Sounds
so
great.
on that note, last we left off, the mighty Nine, after spending quite some time in the central city of Zadash, had found that war had made its way to the Empire with the far eastern Legion Jorhas and the Kryn dynasty. Upon this conflict, you decided that perhaps it would be best to leave the central urban environment. You decided to dodge a few opportunities brought to you, especially that by the lawmaster of the city, and instead went
Lawmaster
and
Rentha, you mean?
made a conversation with your friend the gentleman beneath the city in his underworks. There he offered 2 possible work opportunities in which you accepted both. The first of which is going
talked
to
about
send
that
you
in Talks
towards the
Machina,
swamp
too.
town of Barrelben to the north-northeast. And then from
Barrelben.
there, head far northeast to Shady Creek Run to converse with and retrieve an ally of his he had not been able to do business with in a while. So, you gathered your materials, got your wagon and horses,
Got
made your
your
way
horse
northward
and
on the
wagon.
Bromkiln Byway towards the Labenda Swamp. Along that path, you
The hell was
managed
that
to
sound?
encounter what seemed to be a shack-living hermited orc of some unknown background. Continuing
They
northward,
talked a lot
you
about
slept
that in
in a
Talks
cluster
Machina.
of trees
I
where
had
you
a lot
were
to say.
ambushed by a wandering troop of goblins and ogres. Upon escaping their clutches, defeating most of them, only one, I believe, got free.
One goblin did
you
run away.
gathered what information you could, and managing to keep out of the
He
rain.
said during Talks
you slept
Machina, we
beneath
could have learned some things had we
your
done differently.
cart and awaited the next morning. So,
He said something about
as we come
goblins,
back in, you
why
all
they
had
were
your long rest.
there. I don't know
so
if
if
it
you haven't
connects.
marked that in your character sheet, please do so.
What is this? Guys, do we now have like some kind of new format thing?
That didn't happen.
How have we not talked about this?
So as you come to, the cold morning greets you. The low mists and fog seem to still clutch the outer edges of the forest trees beyond your peripheral. You can just see the dark shapes of the
so happy
trunks
that we
against
have
the
things.
kind of obscured gray. The mist and dew that is gathered on the grass and bits of vegetation near the base of the floor where you slept has turned to frost with the cold night.
Damn.
And most of you managed to complete your rest uncomfortably, but awake to chattering teeth and the shaking of your body, except for
I walk
Jester.
around and just crunch all of that frost on the grass.
I just crunch all the frogs.
So, the morning is yours. What do you wish to do?
I love that they have
Well, you never
Their
fucking
race-
get cold or nothing?
everything,
I
like
think so,
everything's
no.
there, and they're. I mean, it's like having a little card without the
Let's
stats.
get up and moving then, I
Yeah,
guess.
please.
Only improvement would be,
Maybe
but
like
I mean, you
whiskey or
can't
something?
show
Nah.
all the stats. It's, I
Yeah,
mean, it'd be a
Bruce.
little much.
Of course I do.
I dig it. I like it. I'm in.
Swig.
Sure.
I like the
Here's my
improvements, and
flask.
Matt's in
Thanks.
a thing with critical role.
It's always full.
Is it always full or is it always just like almost empty?
Yeah, how is it?
You know, I can't see inside it, so I don't
But
know.
how does it feel?
But
Like, I
I'm
feel
sure
like you
there's
could
some sort
weigh
of
it, or you could,
experiment
like-
we could do to. It's all right. You can have as much as you want. It's,
Yeah.
it's endless.
You don't have
That's
to
awesome.
buy
We all have.
alcohol at
And,
all
I mean, you
anymore?
know how valuable
No,
that is.
well, I mean,
7
I rarely
wandering
did anyway.
drunks.
I stole it, but but now I don't have to do that either.
That's wonderful.
He's saying
Yeah,
he
I
stole
think
it
it's
anyway,
about
or not.
2/3 full most of the time.
I would feel like 2/3 would make
Sure.
sense. You don't want it filled to the
spreads
brim.
through your chest. Like
Look
a
at
fire.
this.
Decide which alcohol is in it.
I decided
And they have the hit points.
the first time, and
That
that's
just
what it
warmed
is
my
always.
soul.
What if you get sick of it and you can't
There is
empty
a
it out?
slash,
Why
meaning
would
they're
you?
going
Why
to
would I
show
get
us
sick of it? It's
deduction.
wonderful.
Well, what if like you want to try a different thing? Like,
Excited for everything.
Snozzberry.
yeah.
I want to watch every episode right now.
Yeah, does it only fill up with one kind of
Yeah,
alcohol?
can you change the alcohol?
Yes, it replenishes with my favorite kind of whiskey.
Could you change it though? Is that a
Which
thing?
is...
The kind that gets you good and drunk.
Good. I didn't know if it had a name or like a...
I've tried that other kind before. It really, it's not
The
much.
kind that doesn't get you drunk is
Yeah,
not
the
very
kind
good.
that
Good and
doesn't
drunk.
get
Can you get it empty or close to empty if you try?
I could try.
Yeah,
I'm
could
not
you
suggesting
chug
you
it?
try.
I think it's a good
I think
experiment.
so too.
I do too.
What if you, what if you kept
They
chugging it?
already
Does
started
it
it.
No,
not
maybe we shouldn't do
refill
that
till
right
you're
before
done?
we go to
Like
the
you,
swamp
like
where
almost
we're
like one of
going
those
to find
things
people.
where you flip it over and it like refills. Like,
Let's just see what happens.
let's do it. Let's see what
All right,
happens.
I'll drink a bunch.
Okay, you are very drunk.
How'd it do? How'd it work?
Did it get
I
lower?
grab it and shake it with my thumb over the
I mean, it's
spigot.
still filled with liquid. Oh wow! I
No,
mean,
but-
you drank a lot, and it feels
Yeah,
like
but
half
like
full.
I feel like Matt's not getting
You
it.
puke it up.
I know exactly what he's talking about. Maybe because I drink a lot, I get it. I drink out of flasks and stuff. You notice, like, as it's coming down, it's like dup, 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 dup. And then when you reflip it, I feel like it go like.
Should I throw up now?
Should I throw? Yeah, I think you should make yourself puke.
In the name of science.
Stick something down my throat.
Yes, I
Put
honestly,
your
I
finger
would.
down your throat.
You don't want to get alcohol poisoning or get too drunk before something happens. Puke it up. I've been down that road before.
Eventually, yes.
Sometimes you get a little too crazy at a college party.
This is
And you
really
gotta
pointing up
choke
though,
some
so
up.
it just projectile.
One of my friends
bouncing Betty
would
Boop
literally
sounds.
compete in drinking
very Ren and
competitions,
Stimpy
go
fashion.
outside, make himself throw up, and then come
Just
back and
begins
compete
jamming
again.
the stick
So he wouldn't get too drunk. Horrible for your
That's
body.
Gullet. Before the brackish brown whiskey comes back up in a mild spray against the nearby now
Hey.
damp dirt and grass.
It will now make Knott's
Steaming
life
in the
better
early
overall.
morning cold.
It would be.
Not
a
will
fun way to
appreciate
start
that
a
later.
morning.
Especially if we encounter
not.
somebody,
How's your
not would
esophagus
be
after that?
sloppy drunk.
A little sticky.
Little salsa.
Yeah.
Little Bernie.
Yeah.
How many fingers am I holding up?
I think 4?
How many
Good.
members of the mighty Nine are there?
9.
It's okay.
All right, I think we're good.
But 2 are always gone.
But 2 are always gone.
I feel like when I see someone else throw up, I feel like I'm almost like I do.
Oh, yeah.
No.
That's a violent reaction.
Just to help her out there. She's in need.
Do you want me to stick something down your throat?
No, I mean, I don't know if that will help. I think it was just gross to see, you know. It's still happening.
It's gross. That's
Still happening.
I think it's funny that Yasha
throw, or
is
is it
probably
also
the
hearing the sound that makes it worse?
strongest
Like if I just went,
physically of all of us,
Yeah,
but she
it's
can't
the
handle her
sound.
gas.
It's
Boy,
I mean-
looking at our map, how much longer do I think we have to go to get to
I know
our
people that have
destination?
really bad
If you
gag
move
reflexes.
quickly, you can
I'm
probably
immune to
get there
most things.
right around sunset.
I literally
Is this quickly like
have
not paying close
cleaned
attention
septic
quickly?
tanks before.
It's not
So once you do
carefully and
that-
quietly,
I think we're
quickly.
good for that.
There's not much
we're
that can
fine.
make
We're
you
not
gag.
concerned at all about that.
Cleaning a septic tank.
What do you call it when you
I've
get
done it more than
ambushed?
Ambush.
When I was
Last
younger.
night?
I haven't done it in like 15,
You're a
20 years.
strategy guy, right?
Like when I was younger, one
It's early in the morning.
time.
I'm not awake yet.
We beat them though.
Yeah, no, I've
Yeah.
been traveling for years. I've been ambushed dozens of times. It's just,
All right, I'm just checking. Didn't know if anybody was alarmed.
Ogres that.
It's normal.
no, that was new and exciting.
especially if we're staying on the main path, you know. We'll see anything that's pops up or.
All right, fair enough.
Fair enough.
We want to rush. You want to rush? Let's take it slow. And we're going to get to the swamp just as the sun is going down if we rush, and that is
Is that the
full of
truth?
nasty things.
Should we
I'm
check
sure.
from Matt first?
That's actually
That's a very fair point.
That is a very
So
good
if we
point
go
if he's right.
slower,
We'll get there in a day.
Yeah.
Carefully then.
I don't mind. I don't mind camping out.
One more time.
One more time.
You all are an enjoyable lot. It will be fun.
That was very believable.
I think
Thank you, Caleb,
I feel like
for
that was the most emotion,
Yeah, that
like
they've
and
ever
heartfelt. Yeah,
Is Caleb blushing at all?
a little.
yeah. He actually, I think he actually
His ears are
is.
getting a little pink.
Yeah, maybe a little.
I love it. Everyone's getting a little giggle out of
All
that.
right, saddle up them dogies.
Saddle up them dogies. Let's do it.
Wow.
We were talking about that in
Drive the
Talks
car
Machina
today. If you
too.
want me to keep driving.
How he has like a
I'll drive if you want to
Texan
switch out.
accent in
Maybe later on a
certain
bit.
circumstances, and that might mean something later.
Welsh.
All right, so Molly up front, keeping the horse on task. You guys pick up the pace and get back out of the forest main cluster onto the Bromkiln Byway and heading
Bromkiln Byway.
northeast once more.
Carefully.
Carefully.
Now you're moving at the
We
slowest pace.
decided to go.
No,
Slowest pace.
medium, a 5.
We're going at a
Normal
medium
pace.
pace.
Yeah.
Adam
Drive the
Sandler
car
song.
at a medium
At a
pace.
medium
Sorry.
pace. They're my age. I knew
Willy-nilly,
for
not
sure
yellow
they know
pace.
that. How would you not know medium pace?
Right. Okay. So
If you don't know
um,
that, go check it out. Adam
pressing
Sandler,
forward.
medium pace.
What two are maintaining watch as you
I
progress?
want to watch.
I want to watch.
All right. So one of you is aiding
I
the
wanna
other, who is
watch.
humming the
I
roll.
want to stand on the cart and stand up for the ride and look around.
It's like Muad'Dib riding the sandworm, just standing
I'll
up.
just put my hands on
Who's that?
Molly's horns and
Muad'Dib. I don't know who that is.
There you go.
I'll take the back.
Muad'Dib. I'm picturing like something from
Caleb,
300. Is that a
from
thing?
Kinnigan?
So am I rolling
Twice.
twice?
Yes.
I like him.
Okay.
I also do have a large tapestry that's relatively clean if anyone's feeling cold.
I love that Taliesin keeps bringing it up because honestly, I forget that he has the
Couldn't we
giant
make
tapestry.
that tapestry into coats?
Fine.
I mean,
Nine?
I
one.
mean, you know,
well,
'cause it's
like 5 coats for you.
appropriate.
Okay.
So I have that conversation.
For the
I would
first half
definitely
of the
make
day,
clothes out of it. Maybe
continue
that's what Molly is wearing.
along
Maybe he's wearing
the path.
clothes made of the tapestry.
It gets rough in places, and at one point, one of the wheels slams into a rock, and you have to double check and make sure it didn't take any damage. It seems to be okay.
Roll. Should we roll?
I can try.
But for the first half of the day, nothing catches your
I
eye
thought
in
we were gonna have to
particular.
roll.
The mist is burned off at this point, and what looks to be a bit of sunlight is breaking through the clouds. It seems the storm from the evening before has passed. And there, you can see now over the mostly gray cloud cover, there are breaks in it, and from this distance you can see these visible beams of sunlight just slowly coasting across the grass fields as you see the heavy high grass kind of pushing and pulling with each burst of breeze.
I
that
wonder
makes
if it's
way
going to
across the
take us a
valley. It's
while to
very
get to the
beautiful here in
swamp.
the
I
center of
honestly
the
thought
Empire,
we'd get
and it's
there
very
like boom.
relaxing
like 5
ride,
minutes.
though you
We've been going for about.
no, you're bookending
10
your
or
travel
15.
with tension to stress. So you're taking this moment in to kind of appreciate what it
I
is
dig it though.
the
I'm
Empire
in.
protects.
I just felt like
and
we
what
would
the
have
people
gotten
within
there
are fighting
like
for
really
in the kind of
fast since it's the episode.
conflict. Second half of the day, same people on watch.
I'll take a watch.
Yeah, I'll take a watch.
I'll sit
Marisha,
down. I've been standing
Ashley
for such a
again.
long
It's true, yeah. Get those ankles. a
Why
rest.
does I
Alright, so
feel
you're
like
telling me to
Bo
roll?
and Yasha?
I'll hum.
All right, so you're aiding Bo. Go ahead.
We
and
had
take
that
advantage.
interaction with them where Yasha got a little uncomfortable.
18.
But I feel like there
18.
could be something between the two.
Sorry,
And Yasha's
sorry,
just
17.
shy or
17.
uncomfortable.
All right, continuing your
Awkward.
pace, Bose, you're watching out from what appears to be kind of a north-northwestern direction. You see what looks to be a dark shape come over one of the hilltops, wide and encompassing. We see
Moving?
it seems to be a number of miles out of the way, almost on the horizon. You can see that there's a series of rolling hills in that direction that kind of obscure what lies beyond that area. And you watch as one of the hills just goes dark on top, like the coloration just gets covered in shade.
What does the weather look like? Are there clouds in the sky?
There are clouds in the sky. I mean, it's especially this time of year. It's generally pretty
that
cloudy here in the
the
Empire.
weather, or is
you've
something
seen
else
breaks in
going
the clouds
on?
as you've traveled for most of the day, and it's been warmer than usual. So it's been a welcome change of pace for what you're used to. But this is not characteristic of cloud cover, as most everything here has some level of shade.
Still rolling grasslands, or are there trees off to the side?
There are bits of trees and clusters of them. Nothing that would be considered like a major forest. You know, what you slept in the night before.
I
is
almost
probably the
feel like
largest cluster
it's one of
you've
those things.
seen
Why
in
point
your
it out
travel
unless
today
it
so
means
far,
something,
so this
unless
kinda
he's
catches
just
you.
showing us
So it looks
weather
like the
patterns.
landscape is going dark, not something moved in front of it?
That's what I'm
Like
asking.
something
Best you can
moving?
tell at this distance.
Yes, he's agreeing. Yes, whatever.
Who's
you said.
got good eyes and knows about clouds and shit?
I think it's weather patterns. I don't think it's anything. I thought it was like
Yeah, I've spent a long
like a
time on the
mob
road,
of people coming over
Natural
like a
you.
shadow, but it's not.
You both look out there
sounding
as you
like
travel
that.
for the next 10 minutes or so, and you can see what looks to be faint glimmers in that kind of moving shadow as a bit of sunlight travels over it.
Is it?
And it's at that moment you realize what this is. It's a legion. What was a dark shadow appears to be
It is
hundreds
pe-
and hundreds of soldiers.
No friggin'
an
way, that's what I
army
was thinking.
Regiment that is shifting from the northwestern side of the Empire to cross over the byway heading east.
I was like, no way is
And
that
as you
army
continue your pace
shadowing
forward,
the hill.
you get to a point where you
But I
may intersect
wanted
with
it
their
to be.
path if you continue, or you can slow down or speed up. It's your choice.
No, I say
there
we.
are a lot of soldiers.
I
ahead,
would
and
steer
I
clear.
don't think we should have anything to do with them.
Yeah, I say steer clear of the soldiers.
Once if we wait, it'll take a really long time for them to cross the road.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a very good point.
I mean, if we move, though, we have to move fast.
Yeah,
and
quick.
But carefully.
Go, go,
right.
go. Yeah, quick. No, yeah. I don't want to run
The
into
horses begin to pick up pace. You all
That'll
kind of
just
grab
slow
the
us
sides
down.
of the
We got
car
shit
as
to
it begins
do.
to whir and
It's
kick its way
interesting,
across
but
the
I
street.
also don't know
the
what to
horses
expect.
galloping, framing the two different sides of the cart as you pick up speed. You come up over one of the hills and then down another embankment. As you curve around the side, you can see there's a part where the grass has kind of overgrown a large majority of the road here, but you kind of coasted to the center. Go ahead.
We
Go
should
ahead.
stand up and ride it like a surfboard.
Let's not do that.
Like Teen Wolf?
Yeah.
Oh, someone said it too.
Animal handling
Teen
check.
Wolf, riding
You
like a
don't mind, Molly?
surfboard. Get styles up on that shit.
Okay, so
It's terrible.
as you hit that portion of the road, you're having a hard time steering the horses. You're not entirely familiar enough to pull on the rein of multiple at a single time to get the shift in movement, and they begin to careen a little bit off of the path, almost trying to hide into the grass embankment, which slows your movement down ever so slightly before one of the wheels suddenly and is now digging into the
We went
ground.
off too
I
far.
can desperately try and rewrite this stuff, I suppose, is the...
Did it break the wheel?
Not yet.
The cart is now kind of sitting at a backward angle.
We went too off-road. I've gone off-road with my trucks. Some of them are so big,
I'm
if
going to
you
pull hard on the rein,
skid
see if I
off a
can
little
get it
bit,
out of the...
you can get jammed up unless you got four
Oh, are we
wheels.
stop?
That's no, it's grinding to a halt.
And that's like
I'm stopping the
a
whole
tire,
thing
like a
really
rubber
quickly,
tire.
and
This
we're
is
gonna,
like,
yeah.
Let me, I'm gonna hop off the horse and go look.
Okay, you go in.
I'm gonna. Oh, sorry.
well, that
I'm
didn't
gonna
work too much. We are
I
slowing
kind of go
down
ahead
now.
a little bit and see if I find any hidden paths that might cut through
We
this
should have
field.
eased it up a
off the
little.
main
I
road.
think we went too fast.
Go
Was it
ahead a
that
little bit.
necessary? We go
So
that
go make an
fast?
investigation check.
I don't know how necessary it was.
You
we
go and
went
check,
that
and it
fast.
looks like some sort of heavy rock that was hidden and obscured in the grass just off the road had slammed into both wheels on the left side. The front one had bent. The wood had kind of splintered inward, and the metallic rim on the inside had bent inward. The other one had completely been pushed inward and knocked the angle, and it's pretty wrecked.
Damn.
No. Is
What
it
the-
fixable?
Do any of you guys have tools to
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
fix a wagon? I mean,
Do we have to abandon our wagon?
I mean, what toolkits would you guys have at your disposal?
Background would tell you if you chose the
I
background.
think we gotta-
what
Unless somebody's got
May have
something I don't
abilities that can help
expect.
you in this scenario
We're
as well.
abandoning the wagon.
Vehicles and water.
Things that are helpful. Carpenter's tools. Possibly. That's kind of rough.
Any kind of spell? Can you heal a cart? Is there some kind of spell? I know that you can't heal a cart, but is there something you can do to? I don't know.
Anybody?
I've got a hammer, I've got some rope, I can kind of, yeah.
Rig it? Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do
No,
with rope
you're
and
right.
hammer.
I have rope. I have lots of rope.
I think we're gonna need to double up on these horses, you guys.
Yeah, we're
don't
abandoning the
rush
cart.
off of
Wagon.
the cart.
Yeah.
But I have our giant lead safe in here.
Oh yeah.
How heavy is it?
I mean, it's pretty heavy.
Fixing a wheel. It's a tale as
As
old
you
as
guys are
time. What
having
is
this
that?
conversation, you can see now
I love that they have a little
the
caption
regiment
thing
is now
there.
coming up over a nearer hill, and it's about maybe a half a mile off from you now. As it's marching, you can hear the distant
They're getting
kind of
closer now. We gotta
rustling
go.
of hundreds and hundreds of footfalls
gotta
making their way
go.
through the field. Looks like they're going to be probably passing in front of you.
Should we hide?
Or ask to see if we can
You rolled a
maybe
15?
get something fixed.
There is
Yeah. Boom.
no
Let's just ask if they can
like
help
natural
us.
paths here. It's an open field, so there are areas where the grass isn't quite as dense, and there are some spots where it looks like some of the dirt isn't as receptive to grass, and so you can find patches of dry ground. But there are no paths that you notice leading out of this space. Unfortunately, it's,
Ending magic.
I have mending. I have a mending cantrip.
you do
Mending
what's the space
cantrip.
mending?
I just said.
Out loud.
How did no one think of spells or cantrips?
I have
Some
that.
kind.
I have for 2 minutes been thinking, oh my, I had the mending spell.
I mean,
I can
Liam,
mend
you
things.
should have asked. I just say, hey guys, anyone got any? Spells
I
or
just had to say it out loud.
amazing.
My inside voice.
Yeah, well, I have
See, he just
try it on
said,
the wheel?
Tal's saying what I said.
Yeah, I can
should have
try
just said
it.
it out
Let's
loud.
just do it.
All right.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I wouldn't even
As you
worry about
focus
it. Well, Matt's
on
got
the
to
front
check. if
wheel,
it would
the
work.
one that had just like dented inward and the wood had kind of splintered a bit, that was kind of barely keeping it up. You watch as the wheel rights itself. The metal bends back into place. The wood
Beautiful.
splinters kick right
Liam
in,
is
the
like,
spokes
I
are-
can't believe I knew it.
Amazing.
Yes, you are. That
I
was
would have been way
incredible.
more amazing if I remembered that I could do this.
Amazing.
Let me try it on this other wheel, though.
Wait, oh, we have two.
Yeah, well, one's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
jammed up.
one was partially
Yeah, one was
damaged, the other one was
wrecked, and one
pretty
was
wrecked.
kind of messed up.
The other wheel, unfortunately, has taken a fair amount of damage from the impact, and while that lower half of it has broken inward, it's splintered out, and it's kind of bent its way off of the axle. So, unfortunately, it's a bit too big for the mending cantrip to fix.
So we fixed
I
one and
still
not
think
the other.
options-
What's the point?
Into place, or it's
It's pretty wrecked. You do have 3 wheels, which means you could try
One
it.
of us could
It's
be a
gonna.
wheel.
One of us could be a wheel.
Yasha curls up around the axle.
Let's
How far away is the army?
You probably have about 10 minutes before they cross over the byway.
Okay, I'm gonna come over and be like, I think we should hide and wait till these guys pass with this being the situation.
How tall is the grass
Or
around?
do we ask them to help
Beauregard,
and fix it?
Caleb, Molly, and
I don't.
Jester.
It's probably
You guys
better we
notice-
just go.
Breaking away from the regiment above, you see a cluster of horses heading in your direction.
Well, I'm already going to.
Should we get?
We're kind of out in the open.
We're gonna get questioned.
We could pull the cart
Separate?
off the road if Yasha just picks it up and like.
That's what I'm not kidding.
We could also kill those people and take their horses.
No, I think the army
It
would
wouldn't
see
be
it.
as much weight as
I'll
you
use
think
this
if
guy's
one. I
stuff
mean,
and I'll
it's a
turn
lot of
myself
weight. Don't
into
get
a
me
crown
wrong,
guard.
but it's not as much as you
Not
think.
Asian.
Yasha
We should
and
look like
maybe
we're just,
Jester
you know,
together
like
could easily
people
probably
that
move
are,
with
like,
one
peasants or
axle.
something.
I agree.
On
What's our
one
story?
side.
Done it,
What's our
done.
story?
Like put them
I'm
both on one
escorting you
wheel.
to the
and then have the other
Labenda
three.
swamp, right, to retrieve stuff for the crown for Zadash.
No, because our family, we needed help, because our family is in the swamp.
We could say we're helping out.
It's not so
What was her
great.
name?
We're just traveling hired hands.
Yeah,
we're
we're
just traveling hired hands. We're just gonna go to the swamp and help and look for yard work.
You should move the safe.
In the swamp.
You should move the safe.
Yeah, move the safe. Hide the safe or
Yeah,
something.
Yasha and Jester should
I'm
take
gonna
this
This
just
out.
spell repairs a single break or tear in an
nothing
object you
here.
touch.
There's
Break
high
or
grass.
tear
The
cannot be
grass
more than
off the
a
road where you
foot
guys are standing right
in
now
any
is, for
dimension.
you, almost
That's
shoulder
why
height.
mending didn't work on the
Stealth
wrecked
check.
wheel.
Okay.
More than a foot in
going to sit
dimension.
on the wagon
Awesome.
board.
I
I
love
just
this.
want
I
it.
love this new aspect.
It's in this. It's in
22.
the bag.
22. You
This is like
drunk? Do I need to-
friggin' awesome.
no, you've been traveling for half the day since you left, so you've pretty much
Every
sobered up.
new
Bit of a
addition,
headache.
I'm like so excited right now. As I'm seeing new things, I'm just like taking it all in. Everything's new and
This
beautiful.
stuff's in my
Even the
bag.
critical
Don't
role
worry.
thing.
So 5 horses have now galloped up and begin to slow to a trot as they come up alongside, kind of loosely circling the side of your cart in the direction of where the Legion is. And as they approach, they're all dressed in Righteous Brand full
Righteous
armor,
Brand.
helmets on, blades or bows
Maybe
slung
they
across
know
the
us from the
shoulders.
thing with
One
the
of them
victory
approaches
pit and
to,
shit.
Hail!
Hail.
Well, good day.
Apologies, we're going to be crossing the road here shortly. We may require your patience in shifting.
We have a broken wheel anyway. We're not moving.
Ask
at
for
a
help.
particular
Say, have you
speed at
heard
the
of us?
moment.
We won
you
the
help
victory
us?
pit. Yeah, can you help us?
Of course. Just out of curiosity, where are you headed?
We're headed to this swamp place.
We were headed north.
Labenda swamp.
Labenda.
The Labenda swamp.
Labenda.
Just up ahead.
I wouldn't wish that upon my worst foe. Well, good luck. I'm
Maximilian.
Captain Maximilian from Lode.
Captain.
What does he look like?
Okay. Now, from what you can see through the helmet, you see what looks to be like a well-trimmed kind of a bit of chin facial hair.
Maximilian. See how this
short
guy
hair comes
immediately
over and,
introduced
from under the
himself?
lip. No mustache, but you
York
can't see if
never
it
did.
continues to the rest of his face.
Why?
Where's he from again?
Druven load.
Lode.
Druven load.
Load or load?
Lode.
Druven load. Look at. I think me and
Max
Laura have the
load,
same.
got it.
Max load, exactly. Me and Laura have the same dirty minds. I thought the same thing, and I didn't even have a chance to say it. She's so great.
Where are you?
I'm
all
like
headed?
Maximilian.
Just a little hatch mark every time.
Just carve it in the back of your DM screen
Yes.
like a prisoner.
Love
At
it.
the end of the campaign, you're gonna look at my side of the wormwood table, and it's just like all these like horrible marks carved into the wood.
Look like Zaz from the Batman comics.
Captain, where are you headed on
I've
nights
got to
like
make
this
sure I don't
today?
go over time, but we still
well,
got
it
about
seems
another
that the,
10 or 15 minutes. This is
The
a
forces of the
longer
Empire are
first
heading
half.
east to keep the rest of you safe. Let me see what we can do.
Awesome.
Thank you
I would
so
have.
much.
I mean, we didn't even
In terms
need
of
to
horse
bring it
around,
up, but
we
I
get
would
to
have
head
been
on
like,
back.
"We're the
3
Mighty
follow
Nine.
him,
Ask
while 2
your
just kind of
guys
stay
about
in
us."
the area, not close to you, but just kind of holding down the fort, keeping an eye and keeping an eye on the road and
Do
looking behind.
either of them have saddlebags?
He's not
do,
gonna
yeah.
rob these dudes.
Can I just do a little mage handy, just a little fishing in the one that's closest
Oh my
to
God,
me?
the guy is
Very well
helping
made.
us.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Oh my God, no! I hope this doesn't
This
sabotage
can't
everything.
possibly end poorly.
We are robbing the
24.
righteous
24.
brand.
None of you see this. None of you.
Nope.
Especially not him or his horse. With a slight,
At least he got a good roll.
Yeah.
I mean, horses
Very
notice
keen
things.
Flip that horse the finger.
Fuck you, horse.
So you watch the saddlebag kind of flips
That
open
could have
gingerly,
ended
and then
horribly.
reaches in and a small, almost like a pouch of some kind, relatively heavy, slips out and makes its way over to you into your grasp.
just hold on to it.
Okay.
Maybe can I peek inside?
You do. It is filled with what appears to be dry oats and corn.
Honestly, for not, it doesn't matter. I am like, oh, good job, not, but honestly, not will be happy with
Are you
anything.
familiar with the Labenda
The
swamp?
good thing about that, no matter what
so the
Rob,
captain's
what Rob
written
Rob
off.
is,
So
no
one
matter
of
what
the two
not
other
steals,
people
she's
today, you
happy
now
with.
look within the armor. One is male, one is female, and the female soldier turns to you. She has kind of a tense stare and kind of a broad-shouldered look as she turns to your
Brienne
direction.
of Tarth.
I've never been, but I hear it's pretty shitty.
Seems the same as what he just said. We're not quite sure what to expect. Any tales or stories you can share?
Yeah. What are we gonna run
From what
into?
I've heard, at the very least, it's not very comfortable, but people seem to like it and live there still. It's one of the older provinces in the Empire, that I know. Not for me.
Would you rather be headed there or where you're heading?
That's not really a question, unfortunately. In times of war, we go where we're needed.
But would
And we're
you
needed to
rather?
the east, so that you don't have to go and wade into the battlefield yourselves.
How long have you been
Thanks
a soldier?
for all the obvious,
In my
lady.
8th circle,
Have you seen the front line before?
I've not. I'm both terrified and eager. You know, you daydream of glory, and then who knows once you get there, but
Not.
I get the sense that you've seen your fair share of battle in your day, right? And looks right towards Yasha, this kind of hulking woman with a giant two-handed greatsword on her back.
Yes. Look at her smile.
At this point, another series of clomping catches up to you, and you can see the captain's return with his two other soldiers and two men who are in similar colors as the Righteous Brand Regiment, but not in armor. They carry large packs on their side, and you can hear the jangling of metal implements inside.
they're
One of
the
them has
mechanics.
what looks to be some
Handymen.
pieces of wood, some strips, and they get off the horse and disembark. The captain goes, "Right, there's the cart. Go ahead and do your business. We're going to do our best to get you back on the road, friends."
How freaking awesome.
Thank you so much for your
I didn't
help.
even. We didn't even have
course,
to
of
pull the
course.
card. I thought we were gonna pull a card of like
gentlemen
we're,
go over and
we're
kind of start
awesome
giving each
heroes.
other the commands. All right, lift up there. One of them pulls it up. The other
Need
one's,
any help?
oh, by all means, if you have it. Right then.
Yeah.
It's
Just
just
your
her
soul.
holding the
Look
whole
at her
cart
face.
up by herself.
Look at her face.
They get down,
she
pull
should
the
go
wheel
on.
off, and then begin to bend it back into place. There are, one of them goes through a small pack of various pieces of wood, some that appear to have been soaked and are somewhat pliable, ends up replacing the broken wood, nailing it in place. Just to be safe, they go ahead and take some rope and tie it over the wheel very taut to try and hold the bent wood. This should get you at least to town. I can't guarantee it'll last you for a long journey, but recommended replacement once you get there.
Thank you so
That
much.
is awesome. Good guys.
Come on,
And
we
not
get back on the
steals.
horses
I
and
mean,
ride
I
back. At
know
this point,
why
the regiment has
not
now
did it.
crossed
I
over the road.
can't
You can now
prevent
see
it.
just
It's just
hundreds
hilarious.
of soldiers going
These dudes
across
are
the
solid,
byway.
good helpers.
At which point the captain gives a nod, puts his helmet back on. Well, I wish you all luck. Stay safe, and I hope that if luck is kind to us, we'll cross paths again.
You stay safe as well.
Stay safe.
Look
Thank
at
you.
that. Look at that
Stay
face.
safe.
Bye. Bye.
Everybody be safe.
They turn around and they make their way back up to the rest of the army. And about another 20, 25 minutes or so it takes for the group of soldiers to finally cross.
So we had to
over the
wait for
path.
them, but hey, they fixed our freaking
Yeah, it
card.
wasn't a huge army per se. Not as big as the one you saw leaving Zadash. In total, it might have been maybe 1,000 soldiers.
Thousand soldiers.
Basically, it's like
The Kiss Army.
So, now that the way is open, your cart seems to have been temporarily repaired. You make your way back onto the road and continue heading north.
Could I try mending again and just see if like what they did made it to where I can fix it now?
Sure. I'll say for the purposes of this, go
Oh,
ahead and make a wisdom check.
that's actually clever.
Oh no, I'm wise.
That was the most insane roll I've ever seen.
23.
I'm wise.
Seeing,
No, wait, that's a lie. That was a save. 20.
There you go. because you were so close, you're able to see all the points in which they attempted to repair the wheel, and now that they've
Good
kind of
job
closed the
holding
gap
it.
on what is currently cracked and on the verge of collapsing, if this fix wasn't centered around it, you managed to concentrate, and with that, each one of those, you watch as the wood refixes itself and becomes a solid wheel.
Frigging glorious.
Very
Yes,
handy
applaud, applaud. Jester, quality. I should have worn my Jester shirt in honor of
helps fix a
greatness.
wheel.
Great.
It's very
I
poetic.
didn't think of that. Once they
Instead
fixed
of kill
it,
him,
she
that's
can
almost as
mend it.
powerful as the shit that
Amazing.
you do.
Let's not get crazy. What he can do is incredible. He's really. Have you seen him in action?
Have you seen my lollipop?
Have you seen
She
my
did just
small-
very
left a
pretty.
carriage.
Oh yes, she's super strong. Yeah. It's just her magic. There's no.
Don't make me inflict wounds on you. No.
There's nothing that's being said here that can't be said at full momentum.
a bell.
And with that,
Yeah, there you go. I love it.
you all kind of
like
we're
we're
fast
going.
to scamper back onto the cart as
Back
Molly's
on,
picked
and
it
we
up
got
against once
new
more.
wheels. Two new wheels.
But you
at
get yourself
least.
back on the road and heading northward.
Yeah.
Keeping watch for the rest of the way, eventually the sun comes close to setting, and you haven't quite gotten within visual range of the swamp. You're coming to a relatively hilly portion of the terrain, and ahead it looks like most of the valley tends to cruise upward, where the hills are now cresting and obscuring the horizon. But the sun is setting, so you may be looking somewhere to camp unless you want to push through the night.
I think we're gonna do our last.
Camp
I think we should camp because
Yeah.
then we will hit this swamp at a more
Yeah, that's.
advantageous
We
moment.
already went over
See if
this.
we can find a rise in one of these hills and camp at the top.
Hey, Ford.
Yep.
You had any more weird dreams?
Nope. No. Very peaceful actually.
Are your
was me.
dreams affected by like the weather? Like if you're out, if it's cold, did you like, throw up like ice shards instead of salt water or something?
I don't know
That
about
could
that.
be cool.
Yeah, I could see how that would
be.
appear that way.
It would appear cool, but it
More
might
that.
suck for Ford.
It hasn't happened that frequently.
Okay.
Yeah, but not yet. If it does,
How many times have we
but,
seen
you know,
it? Like
How
3,
frequent is it?
maybe.
it's only happened a couple
I
of
feel like
times.
we've only seen it 2 or 3
A couple of
times.
times you have spit out seawater.
I mean, it might have happened a bunch more for him.
Yeah. Just the once, actually.
We don't know if it's
He
seawater
did it at
water
least
though,
twice.
right? It could be
I'm
like
almost positive he did it at least
saline.
twice.
So
Maybe even 3 times. Or the third time was maybe the blood, or I don't know, when he jammed the sword down his throat.
You're not supposed to drink that stuff. It's for rinsing and.
Yeah, Derek gives you the shit.
I don't abide by the rules. I walk my own path. Like a twister, I was born to walk alone.
Maybe that's your problem this whole time.
Fuck the rules. Give me saline or give me death.
Smash cut to Ford's grave.
Well, shit.
We gave him saline.
This week's episode brought to you by Bausch and Lomb.
All right, so as you continue up
They're
towards
really going
this
off the
particular hill
path.
crest,
was that?
there
Oh, no.
is a small patch of high bushes and what looks to have been at one point an older
Not that I have
campsite
any
where you
room to
could
talk.
see
I go
there's a
off on
clearing
rants all
of the
the time,
grass
so
where
have
it's just
at it,
mostly
guys.
rock and dirt with some bits of dried brush. Looks like there's a rock formation with a bit of charcoal and blackened ground where a fireplace had previously been set.
This will do just
Alright.
perfectly.
Yeah.
go.
Let's do this.
Set it up.
Let's
All right.
camp out.
So you
nice
guys
nice
bring
little
the cart on the
place.
side, set up your evening arrangement, light a small fire there in that same rock circle. Who's taking first one?
The only thing is, I'm wondering if this is already
take first.
somebody's place. And they're gonna come like, hey, this is our
All right.
camp.
So, one of you go ahead and make the watch roll with advantage, as the other is giving a.
Rotch roll with advantage. Ooh,
Natural 20.
natural 20.
Nice.
Natural 20.
In the vicinity, as it
I
gets-
never
as
celebrate
the
before I
Dark
hear
Knight
them
takes
say it, because
over,
sometimes people say it as a joke.
there
And
is
I've
no
celebrated
moonlight.
early.
It is very dark, but you do catch a flash in the distance.
Oh.
And another.
1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. It's getting closer, is it?
You listen for a while, and it is getting closer.
Are we exposed? Like out?
You guys are out in the open.
We're
yeah.
at the top of a
What the frick
rise,
is
so we can
that?
see really well.
We're gonna
Why
get,
did it sound like? Was it like an arrow on fire?
Can we all huddle under the?
I'm imagining someone shooting arrows on fire.
I don't mind.
Because Matt was like, and then counted, and then you hear.
Do we have anything? We don't have actual tents, do we? We don't have any proper tents.
Not unless any of you have it within your pack, but otherwise all you have is the cart.
This is why we should have taken that circus tent.
I want to at least wait till we
Let's
find out what
the
this is,
bellies
because
out of
I
the
should be
horses
cutting
and
it very
climb
soon.
inside.
So that we don't get wet.
Yeah.
Full tauntaun style.
Full tauntaun
Are there
style.
any caves nearby? I mean, we're kind of by a thing.
We're all field.
You're in the middle of a field right now. It's hilly terrain, and the topography shifts a bit.
Wake
But right
everyone
now,
up
all you
first.
see is darkness beyond
haven't
your
already.
immediate dark vision peripheral.
How
Get
many of
wet.
us can fit under that cart, I wonder.
And even then, the ground's gonna
Get disgusting.
Soaking.
The occasional flash of light you see in the distance begins to frame what looks to be an ominous shape far to the north. What looks to be the beginnings of a mountain range that you haven't been able to see previously, or hadn't paid attention
ominous
to the
form.
darkening sky.
Is it a
You guys
creature?
wake us up because of the
Right.
storm, I'm assuming.
I think the storm's gonna wake you up soon enough.
And it does. You all eventually, those who are taking the first part of your
There,
evening's
bro. I was
rest
gonna
come
say,
to
even
as
if
the
we didn't
storm
wake
begins
up,
to
I would
come
have
over.
us
The weather
wake
gets
up.
colder, and you feel the rain probably imminent within the next hour.
Man.
Yeah, I was curious of that too.
What's he looking for?
The map.
Oh, it's right there.
Get out the map!
How close are we to the Shore
Is it
Hacienda
just
border?
more weather?
We're pretty far
We're
away.
far.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of.
We're going here.
And they were
Oh, so this must be the mountain range.
not explosions or orange or red.
No, these are lightning.
Oh, it
bolts
is
in the
lightning,
distance.
okay.
Oh, there's Truman Load.
I was like,
There's Max Load.
because Tal'dorei immediately started
So
counting,
we
and that's what you do with
can
thunder and
reach,
lightning. But in my head, I'm like,
Duke is
an
beyond
ominous
the
flame
mountain range.
is coming over.
Wait,
It
does
was
that mean that guy was named
a
after a
storm or
whole
something.
city? Does that mean he owns a city?
What?
I think that was yours.
He's from Druven.
Oh, I thought that was
His
his
name
last
was
name.
Captain.
Captain
But
Maximilian.
I mean, if he's
from
taken like the
Druven.
Leonardo da
Max
Vinci
of Lode.
approach, then it could
Max
be
of Lode.
accurate. Max of Lode.
Max of Lode.
I think we just need to hunker down.
Look at Liam. I was waiting.
Next
I'm
watch,
like,
'cause I
I'm
don't
waiting for
mind
something.
The rain begins to kick through vicinity
I'll take next watch too.
as the fire begins to go out.
Fire goes out.
Beginning to rise.
I'm gonna get on the cart and try and put my cloak over me.
Okay. The cloak you do have is treated with supple wax to try and resist most water. You'll still probably be a bit soggy in the morning, but it's doable.
I'm staying up. I like the rain.
Okay.
I look at Molly underneath me on the cart and I like fart a little
Oh
bit.
my God, both
Just
parts.
a little. I'm down here too.
Taliesin acknowledges greatness in the fart.
Don't gamble on those.
Alcohol and beef jerky, man.
It smell like fucking roses.
Sorry.
All right. The first watch goes beyond the rain without incident. Who's taking second watch?
We're gonna stop as soon as something either happens or the watch
to
ends.
do the last watch.
I
of
feel
the
like
night,
something's
if it's all
happening.
right.
I'll take last. Yeah, sure.
So it's okay with us?
Well, there's only been the second. There's only been the first watch.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
The first
was
is Molly and I. Next
Yeah.
one is Caleb and Gesture.
Caleb and Jester.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't hear that part. All right, so Caleb and Jester, it's on your watch now. Who's keeping up? Who's the point man on that watch?
Your eyesight is better than mine.
Yeah,
So go ahead
Jester's up.
and make your check.
Just regular plain old check.
At this point,
I hear
it's
the
been
rain
midnight,
too. They
so
were
yeah,
playing rain in the
pitch
shower.
black.
That's not bad.
It's terrible.
19.
Okay. As you keep a watch throughout the area, now without the warm glow of the fire to give you a good visual perspective, all you can go by are the distant flashes and sometimes close flashes of lightning. A loud one hits, probably striking a tree no more than 2 or 3 miles from where you are. And
I live in the woods. I hear
all of
thunder,
you kind of adjusted
lightning,
awake
hitting
for
trees
having
all the
to
time.
get yourself back to sleep.
Big one. Did you see that?
Obviously,
If I could have
Lightning
everybody
hits
leave the
the tree.
table except for
Thunder.
Yasha, please.
doesn't it?
Oh shit.
The storm.
So Yasha was asleep. Does that mean Yasha is dreaming? Because Caleb and Jester were on watch. I think she said Jester rolled. The lightning hit the tree about 2 or 3 miles away. It shook everyone awake, and then everyone went back to sleep. But then he clears the room. So was Yasha back asleep? He said everyone went back to sleep. Unless, I don't know. We got to check this out. Is Yasha about to leave again? I hope Yasha's not about to leave again. Maybe Ashley Johnson has more things to do and this is her episode when she goes away. I don't know. I could be overthinking that. But either way, we're getting some Yasha backstory. Maybe it is time to explain the fallen angel blood thing. It could be why in the live stream people asked me my theories. I didn't think that was going to become a thing immediately, but maybe that's why. Maybe people were thinking, I want to know what's going through Jay's head before he jumps into episode 20, because we're about to find out some sort of backstory. Even if it has to do with that, which I'm assuming it does, I don't think they're going to go too deep into it, kind of like Ford, how we've already experienced it several times and we still have very little clue what is going on. At least we're going to learn more, though. We are slowly digging into the backstories of everybody. Obviously, Asha is one of the most mysterious because she hasn't been around for a good deal of the campaign. Probably at least half, maybe more of the episodes we haven't had Asha Johnson. So hers is one of the more mysterious backstories, but everyone's got their mysteries. I love the new format, guys. Everything about it. We have Matt Mercer in a frame with Critical Role, his name, his email. We have everyone else's names with templates, with pictures. It even showed a hit point / hit point thing. I don't know what you'd call that, but it means they're going to deduct points as we're in battle. I thought we were going to get into a battle pretty quickly. The fact that the episode's called Labenda Awaits, I thought we were going to get right to the swamp. Instead, we meet Maximilian. They help us with the wagon. We mend our cart after riding quickly to try to pass the army. We don't make it in time. The army ends up helping us. And then Jester, even though forgot she had mending the first time, cleverly uses it the second time. I didn't think the second time, and I'm pretty sure no one else did either, because they are all aware now that she has mending. She fixed the first wheel. Liam or any of them could have said, hey, Jester, why don't you try mending the wheel that Maximilian and his guys just fixed? But Jester did, and it worked. So now we have a perfectly good card again. And we had some words with Maximilian and his people, good words. They seemed like great people, and not steals from them. Had not rolled bad. And they caught us stealing from them. That could have went bad quick. We have an army of 1,000 people crossing, and we steal from them when they're trying to help us fix our cart. Crazy. I'm jumping in. I want to see what's up with Yasha. It's the hour-long Patreon that you'll see that, and then we're going to do the rest of part 2. You guys want to see more of what I do, full-on edited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons out of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is in front of me. Dozens of shows you never see on YouTube, like Doctor Who, Person of Interest, and that's where you get the Patreon hour. Check it out. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.